I neglected to mention that you are, of course, the chairman of the Committee on the Present Danger, China, and have been a leading voice in warning about precisely this kind of engagement and how it is, in fact, enabling, in some cases, actually military companies of the Chinese Communist Party. As I mentioned, the Pentagon has a list called the 1260H list that specifies what they call Chinese military companies operating in the United States as part of an effort to try to, discourage people from doing business with them. And yet we still see people being able to invest in them, in other words, keeping them in business. But Brian, to your larger point, the Chinese communists have, of course, coined a phrase for this so-called civil military fusion, which means that basically any company in China that is getting investor dollars from the United States or otherwise being, supported with maybe purchases of whatever products they sell is actually also enabling the military of China. Is that right?
Yes, of course it is. I think our challenge here, Frank, is that they're going to take whatever money they can get out of the United States in whatever form they can get it. And I think we've learned the lesson that you need a government agency here preventing that from happening. You need laws for making that possible. When Jamie Dimon says his ideas and his practices are compatible with U.S. policy, well, policy is policy. It's not the law, and there's always enough wiggle room in the area of policy to drive a truck through whatever it is that Americans want to restrict reasonably. And you see it with Representative Molinar that he takes all this very seriously, and really does want to restrict this. And until it's restricted, and until it's the law of the land, our investment bankers, our elites on Wall Street, they're going to behave in whatever way they need to make as much money as they can, because they're going to U.S. investors. They're getting billions and trillions of dollars over time, and they're making a fee on all that, and they're becoming quite wealthy in the process. And so they look at the U.S. government and U.S. policymakers as more or less fools, and they know they're not going to stop until it's the law of the land.